Some of you would have clicked this video in anger. Some of you would have clicked this video with excitement. And some of you would have clicked this video in just straight up confusion. If you are watching this video, I have sold that car and it is no longer with me. The 250 BHP modified Abarth 595 Competizione has gone to a new home. Now, there's mixed emotions for me in this, and I'm going to attempt throughout the video to explain my reasons behind selling it, and also I'm going to talk to you about what the future for the channel is. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you guys out there thinking, you know, got a lot of questions right now, thinking, why have you sold your 250 BHP Abarth, Stef? What's going on? Now, this might come as quite a shock for a lot of you guys, and for some of you this is completely out of the blue. But for some of you, you knew this has been coming. Those of you who follow me on Instagram would have seen a few cryptic posts over the last few months. Those close to me, my friends from the Facebook pages who I've spoken to over the last couple of weeks, also know that this day was pretty much due, and the car has gone to a new owner. The car is staying amongst the Abarth community. It's staying within the Modified Abarth, the Abarth Owners Club, all of those pages, which is great. And that was one of my conditions that I really wanted to sell it to. One, an enthusiast, and two, someone who's going to look after it and keep it within the scene, because it's such a special car. I've had so much fun with it, and effectively it's helped me achieve everything that's been cropping up over the last few months for me. So I love the 595 Abarth, always has done. I love the brand. But the question everyone wants to know is, why have you sold it? So to put a little bit of context behind it is, before I bought the Abarth, I very rarely held on to cars for any longer than 6 months. I used to buy them, drive them, sell them, and that was it. I never really had any emotional attachment to them. It was just, you know, I bought the car, enjoyed it, and then shifted it on. This car was different. I bought this car, I immediately fell in love with it. I immediately fell in love with the brand. And of course, I tuned it, I did everything to it, which everyone knows about. And yeah, it's definitely served its purpose in supporting my growth through YouTube and on Instagram. I'm selling it because, for me, I just fancy something new. I want a new car to create new content with, but more importantly, I want it because it's a car that I want to buy, and I'm buying it because I want to, not because it will be of benefit to the channel. And I think I've managed to get myself into an opportunity, into a position where really my own personal car actually doesn't really matter anymore on YouTube, because thankfully, and I'm so grateful to all of you guys who watch my videos, but the opportunities that have started to crop up have been great, and they've been with things like press cars, press launches, trips to different countries. It's mad, and there's a massive video coming up, I think it'll be after this one, with BMW UK out in Valencia, so make sure to tune in for that. The reason this has gone now is because I've been in talks with its new owner for a good few months actually. I didn't advertise the car. It just happened that the new owner, who currently owns a car, reached out to me and said, look, really want to buy the car. And I said, look, I'm willing to let it go, but it has to be at the beginning of August, because I really wanted to go to the Modified Abarth meet in this, make it my last meet in the car. So for those of you who haven't seen that video, it's probably the video before this one. Make sure to check it out, because it was great, and it's a testament to the Abarth community. But there's nothing wrong with the car. The car is great. In fact, on the contrary, you guys all know I look after my cars and I spend a lot of time making sure that they run right. The whole car is documented so heavily on the channel, and that won't ever change. The videos will still be there for anyone who wants to watch all the journey that we've had with this car, from tuning, etc, etc. So yeah, so I think what we should probably do is just do a little bit of a recap of the journey that we as a channel, and myself and you guys, the audience, have had with this car, because I think it definitely deserves the right kind of send-off. The first and foremost being that I have made some incredible friends amongst the Abarth community. This car has enabled me to meet so many cool people, so many enthusiasts, so many owners who, you know, are so passionate about their cars, and those relationships are things that aren't just going to disappear because the car is gone, and I'll touch more on that at the end of the video when I talk about the future of the channel. We've gone to loads and loads of meets in this car over the last 2 years. I think it's probably the most amount of car meets I've ever been to, plain and simply just because I love the people, and I love, you know, the Abarth scene is incredible, and just passion around Italian cars, it is mad. It's so cool. I think the biggest thing for this car, which really kind of elevated it up, you know, put it on a pedestal at the time, if you like, because at the time 250 horsepower when we built that was a big deal. It was a really big deal. Nowadays people are touching 300 horsepower, but at the time, you know, a year ago, 250 horsepower was like, yeah, that's what we want to get to. You know, when we think about what we did, tuning this car with the, you know, the turbo conversion, which was supposed to be a mainstream offering by a company that now is no longer available, well, they liquidated basically, but it was amazing to do that bit of a journey, because I remember very clearly the element of doubt that the route I was going down, because it hadn't been tried and tested, wouldn't give me the results that I wanted. And fortunately for me, it did, and it created a monster that sounds incredible. It goes 250 by 288. It's just awesome. So tuning the car, whacking the turbo conversion was definitely one of the highlights of my ownership of that car. I've been fortunate enough to be able to go on some epic road trips with it. I mean, it was incredible. For you guys who've been long subscribers of the channel would remember when I took this to Scotland, and me and my friends, we had a Ferrari California T, a 996 turbo, and my car, all flying around through the Scottish Highlands, and it was honestly, it was so cool. And that car held its own, even at 160 horsepower, because of all the windy roads. It honestly performed incredible. And then we took it one step further. When I tuned the car, made the 250 horsepower, we took it to Belgium Spa. That to date is probably one of the best road trips I've ever done. My friends and just everything about it was incredible. And driving this thing, it was probably the first time that I'd really felt that the entire setup of the car, from the coilovers to the camber to the turbo to everything, just worked, and it worked so well. And out in Spa, the car just performed incredibly well. It was amazing to be out there, and I will never forget those trips with this car, because they're just memories that, fortunately for me, are stored on YouTube, so I can go back and look at them anytime I like. Then we talk about the reaction series, the series on this channel that has become so popular, and it was literally the 250 BHP Abarth reaction series. And I took a few people out in the car, I filmed their reaction. You know, my sister went out, Nez from Zimmer Motoring went out, I took LK Horizon out as well, and all of their reactions were priceless. The fact that people just don't expect that kind of power from such a little thing, and the irony behind it as well is, actually last night I met Joe Achilles, and he turned around and said, I was trying to reel you in, and I couldn't. And Joe's car is a tuned Motec Performance M140i, so it just shows you that this car does still surprise so many people, and will continue to surprise so many people. And you know, good luck to the new owner, and I'm sure they'll have some great fun with it. And I think now is the right time to drop a quick reminder over the last couple of years, the noises that this car makes. So what's next? What's next for the channel? And not having an Abarth, what does that mean? Does that mean that I'm going to stop creating Abarth content? Absolutely not. Definitely won't, because I love Abarths. I love the community. I've built a really good relationship with Abarth UK, and I will continue to create Abarth content. Those of you who have been on the channel for ages will actually realise that over the last 3 to 4 months, my car itself hasn't really featured in many videos because of all the stuff that's cropped up, but also because I pledged at the start of the year that I would be diversifying the channel and getting lots of other things involved, and I'm really pleased in the direction that the channel's going. But will I still make Abarth content? Yeah, absolutely I will. You know, I've still got loads of friends in the community. As I said, the biggest part of this ownership was building friendships and long-lasting friendships, which won't disappear just because I've sold this. You know, the likes of Adam from Modified Abarth, Grant, those guys. You know, I'm not just going to stop talking to them because I've sold the car. In fact, on the contrary, I still want to go to their meets to film it because it just helps put the Abarth scene on the map. And I think we've done really well as a community to really push that out to the world, and I want to continue doing that. So that will still happen. Granted, I won't be parking my car in the middle of these meets. I will probably be parking my car somewhere else and then walking over to the meets or getting a passenger ride off of someone, but that doesn't mean the content will not still be there. So timing wise, you're thinking, hang on a sec, there's a few more meets that you should probably be going to. The next big one being Festival Italia. I think it's 19th of August, I believe, at Brands Hatch, which is a huge Italian festival. And you're probably thinking, hang on a minute, you registered your car to be there, but it's not going to be there. Don't worry, guys. I have already been in talks with Abarth UK and the guys at MSV Track Days at Brands Hatch, and I will still have an Abarth parked in the Abarth area, and it's going to be the 124 GT. So the red 124 GT, I'll be getting that from Abarth shortly. And that will be parked in the centre section, on the centre display area at Festival Italia, which also means I will be bringing that to Mitcar and anything else that's going on up until around about mid-September. So without dragging the video on too long, and I'm hoping that a lot of you guys who are watching this are not massively angry by my decision, and I have to do what's right for me, not necessarily what's right for the channel, because when you buy a car, you should be buying it because you want it, not because other people want it. I wanted this car, and now I'm in a stage where I just fancy something else. And that's kind of where my head's at the moment. So yeah, I sincerely thank you all from the bottom of my heart, because it's without you guys watching my videos, all the stuff that I'm doing it's not possible. It just isn't possible. So every single one of you who invest the time to watch these videos, you mean the world to me, honestly. Every one of you who hits that button, that subscribe button. At the time of filming this, we're nearly at 9,000 subscribers, which is ridiculous. I can't believe that 9,000 people all want to continue watching my content, which is amazing. So thank you. And I guess the final question that you guys are thinking, all right, so you've sold the Abarth, what next? Well, the hunt begins. There's a couple of cars that I've been looking at. There's one in particular which I think satisfies every single need for what I need right now from a car. I need it to be practical, I need it to be fast, I need it to be a daily, and I need it to be accessible. When I mean accessible, it needs to be a car that you can buy, drive everywhere, and isn't going to cost an arm and a leg to run. So yeah, I've got a couple of ideas. Let me know in the comments below what you think I'm going to buy. But yeah, so guys, I'm going to end the video by saying again, thank you to everyone who watches my content. Thank you to the Abarth for making the last 18 months absolutely incredible, and the opportunities we've had with this car and the journey we've all been on, because we're a community, we're a family. All of you guys who watch this, I think we're a family. And please like the video, guys. It does mean the world to me, and it really does help the channel as well when you smash the like button. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe. Next video will be, I think, me in Valencia with BMW. There'll be some Abarth content coming very, very soon. In fact, so soon that if you follow my Instagram, you'll know what I've got, because it's sitting on the other side of the fence there. So yeah, make sure you do that to keep up with all the latest stuff. But yeah, my name's been Stef, and you guys have been awesome, guys. Subscribe, make me happy, and I'm going to see you all on the next one. Thank you very much. Bye bye.